Well, let's get into this first one. Okay, so Ryuk. So this is Ryuk's first submission. Um, this is Ryuk's first submission. It's Job for Cowboy, Tarnished Gluttony. And just so that everybody knows, Ryuk says that I need to give a gore warning. If you're not comfortable with gore, it is a music videos and it is up on YouTube, so whatever. But he said to give a gore warning, so FYI, there's gore. Job for a Cowboy. I actually like. I haven't listened to much of Job for a Cowboy. Um, and in okay, so a couple things real quick. Um, I think it's their latest album. I like quite a bit, and I've actually been listening to it kind of recently. So I am sort of familiar with these guys, sort of familiar. As for this specific song, I don't know about this specific song, but the band, yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with them, and they're metal and they're extreme, and fuck yeah, let's see what we have in store. Um, but the other thing, something that's kind of weird, I don't know why. I think it's maybe their names. But so these guys, the band is their name is Job for a Cowboy, and for some reason, there's another band called Strapping Young Lad, and for some reason, I confuse these two all the time. I think that Job for a Cowboy is Strapping Young Lad. Strapping Young Lad, these guys are fucking crazy. Devin Townsend, you guys should just go look him out. This guy, Devin's a fucking, he's crazy. But anyways, for some reason, they're both like extreme crazy metal. For some reason, I confuse these guys. I don't really understand that. Um, anyways, but so that's really all I got. As for like a preface for this, that's really all I got. I liked at least one Job for a Cowboy album. I haven't listened to any others. This is metal, so I'm fucking stoked. It's extreme metal. I'm fucking stoked. And yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's oh shit, this is a long song. Fuck yeah. This is a long song. Fuck yeah. So it's the music video. Buckle up, I guess, everybody. Let's see what we got. And also I have the music up kind of loud, but I'll kind of, if pause it, maybe I'll kind of talk over it maybe if I want to, maybe pause it sometimes. So this is only, I haven't done many of these, so we'll see if it works. If this doesn't work, then say something. But anyways, here we go, guys. Here we go. Job for a Cowboy, Tarnished Gluttony, official video. I'm gonna crank it. So far, so good. Okay. This is giving me like Abraham. What's the Bible story about Abraham and his son? What's his son's name? Where the angel told him to kill his son? Is this what we got going on? Oh. Although maybe this is like, it's blonde hair and like, these guys look like little Viking kids. Or the little Viking kid. Isaac, thank you, yes. Abraham and Isaac. Yeah, what is going on here? Sick kicks. You guys hear that? Okay, this is what I like about, extreme metal vocals. There's the deep, but then he also goes up. I like that variety. Listen. He just hit the kid in the head with a branch. Is he dead? Okay, so we got some groove. Starting off with kind of a slower tempo. Starting with the slower tempo, some groovy, whatever. I'm digging it, it's easy to headbang to. Got a little bit of a nod going. If you're at a concert, you can still hold your beer. take a sip while you're, still going. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I bet that's blood. It's gotta be blood. Fucking metal video. Hayden dreaming of concerts again. Dude, we're in fucking coronavirus, man. I wanna go to a show. I wanna go to a show again, man. You guys hear that? Listen, listen, listen. Listen to the double bass in the background. Groovy drums, but the continuous. Hang on a second. What did I just miss? Oh. Oh. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm gonna throw up. Okay, hang on. A, I fucking love this music. B, he was digging through like a rotted tree? Fallen tree? What's it called? Not a stump, but a rotted tree? What the fuck? And then he pulls out an octopus? Like, hang on a second. Something is not quite adding up here. Like, something is... Okay, A, is that Cthulhu? Cthulhu spawn. Cthulhu, if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's Cthulhu spawn. B, hang on a second. Well, I love seafood, okay? I fucking love seafood, but this is not appetizing. This is not appetizing. This is not appetizing at all. You mentioning those high pitches had me searching for Fourier transform of death metal growls, and it actually has more than one fundamental frequency. Isn't that interesting, Western, right? Like, okay, so hang on. We'll get into vocals here in a second. I don't want to get past this whole octopus situation quite yet. More than one note. Yeah, it's cool, huh? Dude, okay, so hang on. I want to pause this at one point in time. Oh, right there! Oh, right there. It reminds me of like a giant's dead ball sack. I don't know. And then for some reason there's tentacles next to it. Real life tentacle porn. I don't know. Oh! All right, let's just keep going. What the fuck is happening here? And what does this have to do with the little kid? Aw, the little kid. Don't do anything to the little kid, even if he's dead. Unless you sacrifice the Cthulhu spawn to rejuvenate the dead child. Okay, wait, we're soloing. Okay. Okay, so hang on. I don't know what we're getting into. But let's just... Dude, it's kids, man! Look, I'm a fucking metalhead, and I love metal like crazy, but I'm not crazy about metal videos. Some music videos are fucking weird. Reminds me of this Korean ASMR where the girl eats a living octopus. That doesn't sound like ASMR to me, man. Ryuk's into some freaky shit. Dude, Fino, I fucking love this music. In fact, I think Tarnished Gluttony, I think that's off. So before, I was talking about how there's one out, I think it's the latest Job for a Cowboy album that I like and have been listening to recently. I think this song is on it. I'm pretty sure because I know this song. I recognize the song. I'm not 100% sure, but I haven't seen the fucking music video. Okay, so hang on for just a second. So, the solo was decent. Nothing crazy. The solo was decent. But I do want to mention one thing. Like, listen to... How is this in any way related to Cowboys? It's their job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, okay, so musically, like sonically, what I like is that you can hear the bass, like you can hear the deep bass. I don't have a very deep voice, but you can hear the deep bass. Like listen to it in the background, like in the back of the solo. Dude, you can hear the bass. 2012 Demonocracy. Okay, so maybe it's not. Maybe I have the albums mixed up then. But you can hear the bass. He's alive. Good. The kid's alive. Oh, no. No. What are you? No. This is Abraham and Isaac. Oh no. Fino, cover your eyes. Yes. What does he do? Oh, come on! Fuck! Fuck! Dude, that's fucking graphic shit. Oh, man. This is some Mormon shit. Fino. What's his little pendant thing say? What is that? That's gotta be something. It's not like that's there accidentally. What the fuck is that? He's gotta be in a cult. He's a it's gotta be some cult shit. Maybe that is, maybe that is Mormon. I shouldn't be laughing at that. Can you... Toast? He's fucking toast, man. Oh my god. Okay, I will, Ryuk. Cthulhu! It is Cthulhu! That's the arc of the story. He's bringing Cthulhu spawn back to life in the child of a body, or in the body of a child, taking it back to the sea. He has gills. Thematically, listen to the vocals. Listen to the vocals. Like, I like what they did here. Listen to the vocals, like, thematically. Okay, so we were talking about, like, there's the deep growls, and then Western was kind of talking about, or, you know, how, like, they get higher in tones and frequencies and all that shit. I think it's fucking great. I love vocals like that, right? Especially, like, variety. Um, you know, in the harshness, right? Fucking love it. But, like, listen. Listen to the vocals now. They're even high. They're even like, they're even higher-ish, kind of like higher in. So not Mormons. It's H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, like, and it kind of matches. Like, listen, listen, listen. Like it's like this puking demon something. So whatever the fuck that guy is, it's not Abraham. But I like how they, whatever's happening, it like matches the vocal style. Now we're getting kind of back into more of the normal. Thanks, Fino. Nike ad. Yeah, exactly, because after seeing this, I suddenly get the urge to buy some Nikes. Dude, that kid had some sick kicks, man. Where did he get those? That's your first thought? uh, what the fuck? What the fuck? O2 limited edition. Uh, okay, can I tell you something? I fucking dig the tunes, like the double bass. The double bass with like the the groovy snare hits and whatnot. I like it. It's like the I don't know. I won't go too much into it, but you can hear it. The with just like the slow groovy. Let's see. I can't do drums. There we go. I'm doing my legs too. I know you can't see it. I fucking like that shit, right? I fucking like that shit. But especially when it's like, this tempo is pretty. The tempo of this song, the speed is fast, but like the rhythm, I don't know. I guess is tempo the right word I'm looking for here? Um, but you know, it's groovy throughout the whole thing. So whatever. Anyways, I don't need to go much into that. But I love the double bass with just like the groovy arm action on the drums. It's nice. The kicks are double. Yeah. The kicks are double. Yeah. But oh my god, you know I totally dig the song, but that was a fucked up music video. It's gotta be Cthulhu, right? It's gotta be Cthulhu. What else would it be? It's gotta be Cthulhu. What else could it be? So Ryuk says, look at the description. Can you guys see that? Let me see. It's not all that large. I'm gonna read it. Johnny Davy. Okay, so by the music, blah blah blah. Johnny Davy comments: Tarnished Gluttony originally runs off the idea of blind faith into our government and monetary system. Interesting. The director ran with the idea and spliced it with H.P. Lovecraftian twist. Okay, the way I said that, H.P. Lovecraftian twist. For some reason, that reminded myself of Zoolander, mocha, orange mocha frappuccino, H.P. Lovecraftian twist. So it is Cthulhu and Cthulhu Spawn. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. The video streams the fascination of religion. Interesting that you get. This is fucking crazy. You guys are talking about like Mormonism, which is a religion, Lovecraftian, Cthulhu. Oh my fucking god. Okay, the video streams the fascination of religion and the actions people justify in the name of religion. And this video is a spin on the old biblical tale of Abraham and Isaac. Yeah. Wow, that's however, set in the world of Lovecraftian mythology. Cool. Fucked, but cool. The point is, acting blindly in faith to a Christian deity is just as absurd as worshipping squid-like monsters from space who live under the sea. If you're not into, if you guys aren't into Lovecraftian mythology, look it up. It's really interesting. Actually, one of my famous Smurfs from back in the Voobly days is actually Ba'alagnatara. And Ba'alagnatara it's like an incantation to invoke the Marduk's iteration, his incarnation, which is Gibble. Anyway, so it's kind of interesting, funny that this Lovecraftian and all these kind of. Anyways, Michael Panduro comments, as a commercial director, I'm a complete failure. The band asked for just one thing and I couldn't deliver. Indeed, this video has no boobs. Yeah, I don't know if boobs would be appropriate for this video. That would kind of make it weird. Yeah, the boobs would make it weird. I'm just curious. I want to look at you see, this is. Okay, you see the remorse on his face at the end? Most would assume it's because he just sacrificed a small boy, but in actuality, he just realized he left his phone in his pocket when he waded out into the water. Oh, okay, Mr. Chris Reinhardt. I thought he was gonna get into this deep, the remorse on his face at the end and blah blah blah, but he just left his phone in his pocket. Fuck. I just got a new phone because my screen busted a month or so ago, so I can, yeah. If you watch the video in reverse, you can see a squid being surgically removed from a kid, and also maybe hear Satan speak. Okay, so I'm not personally, I'm not I don't know if prude is the right word for it. I don't think prude is the right word for it. I'm not prude, is prude of the type, does prude too much of a sexual connotation? I don't know, but gore and stuff like that, I'm okay to watch it, but back when I was a little bit, this is really weird, so, back when I was a little bit younger, like a teenager and most of my 20s, I was a fucking, brick wall, man, it doesn't matter, but I don't know, I don't need to get into it too much, but I don't know if maybe you change a little bit when you get a little bit older. People do change as they go on, but so I'm still squeamish. No, I'm not squeamish. And I'm not, prude. But a child's belly being cut open and his guts ripped out. It's not like I can watch that just act completely normal, which I suppose makes me normal. That was probably an odd statement to walk in on. You should see this music video. It's fucked up. Anyways, yeah, I'm a as much of a metalhead as the next person, and I'm into, you know, extreme things, but I'm not necessarily into this. I think that the whole critique. Okay, so the lyrics of the band and the lyrics of the band critiquing, you know, monetary systems and oh fuck, that scared me.
11, perfect timing to join stream.
Yeah, welcome, Raptor. You just missed some fucked up shit. Hang on just a second. Let me finish up. Okay, so sorry. Let me get through this thought. Like, I saw like all the Lovecraftian shit going on, and you know, you could obviously tell that it was some type of, you know, ritualistic whatever. The blind faith thing, okay, if you really, you know, if you really thought about it a little bit, you could ascertain that point. The monetary system, that's what was a little bit weird. Tarnished Gluttony originally runs off the idea of blind faith into our government and monetary system. So it's a little bit interesting that the description gets a little bit more involved into like the theistic, the religious aspect of that, but it starts off with blind faith into government and monetary systems. That's really interesting. Raptor, oh sorry, Raptor, dude, much appreciated for the sub, dude, much appreciated. Yeah, welcome to the stream, dude. Yeah. I don't know, you know, I think that's really interesting to kind of really, I don't really claim, I don't want to come off as like this like ultra like, you know, informed and educated and, you know, like deep thinker. I don't really want to embarrass myself here. But, you know, I mean, it is kind of interesting, that whole concept of blind faith and, dude, fuck, man, this part. Here you go, Raptor, enjoy. Christ, all fucking mighty. Anyways, blind faith is kind of an interesting thing. So for those of you guys that don't know, I live in Utah. I live in Salt Lake, which is Mormon capital of the world, you know. And so, you know, a lot of Christian, the skin fucking ripping right there. Oh my god. Anyways, a lot of, you know, religious stuff is, and, you know, blind faith, that's very, I'm very familiar with it. Very familiar with it. But, you know, adding in, applying, or rather, well, yeah, applying the concept of blind faith to governments and monetary system, that's a really interesting notion. I mean, it's really easy to criticize religious people for you know, blindly having faith and not being, or not religious people. It's any ideology, just, you know, being completely blind and ignorant and not self-aware to your own beliefs that you have, your own thoughts and opinions, and what influences those thoughts and opinions and actions as well, right? But you know, applying that to monetary systems and governments, that's really interesting, especially monetary systems, because, you know, like, what is money? You know, what is money? What is currency? Why do little dollars, you know, have value? Debt, you know, debt is a huge thing in America, especially most Western countries. You know, wealth and debt and capital and just kind of all these, not necessarily. Well, I mean, it's kind of really nebulous, not necessarily ambiguous, but or ethereal. But I'm gonna stick with kind of the like nebulous concepts of value and worth and whatnot, you know. So little cash, you know, little pieces of paper, fucking credit. You know, credit is, you know, just kind of numbers, bank, you know, electronic numbers that we use for, you know, currency and, you know, economy and whatnot. It works because of blind faith. Maybe not necessarily blind faith, but it works because everybody, you know, really shares that belief that this is worth what I say, what we all agree that it's worth, you know? That's a really interesting concept. I'm not, I kind of don't really want to delve too much into it because I don't think I can. And this is just a reaction video, so it's just kind of whatever's coming to mind right now. But, I don't think it quite. I don't think applying blind faith to religions and ideologies, I don't think you can quite compare that to a monetary system. I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't think it's quite comparable. But it is an interesting notion that without blind faith, it's talking about how if you were born in a world without being taught about God, would you still develop a belief in a God growing up? Same things with monetary systems and government. If you were born into this current world, but it had no monetary systems and government, would it eventually maybe turn into what we have now, or would it make something better or worse? Well, I mean, that's kind of, dude, that's super interesting, Ryuk. Like, that kind of goes into the whole notion of kind of evolution a little bit. And I don't mean evolution like, single-celled organisms and then, monkeys and then voila, humans. No, not necessarily that, but just how, more generically, how things evolve. How things develop, yeah, emerge naturally. I think these things do emerge naturally, like most cultures had some spirituality and at least bartering. That is kind of what I mean. Well, not necessarily, Raptor. I was kind of on a different wavelength from Ryuk. Many popped up independently in many separate civilizations. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, so here's an interesting thing, is that, okay, so taking a step back, money, or rather currency, ethics, common thematic tropes and archetypes, all of these things around the world and in different human civilizations, belief systems, etc., communities, etc. There's all such, really similar tropes and whatnot. Like, for example, if, again, I'm not an expert on these things, but if you, excuse me, if you took a look at, like, there's common themes between, like Nordic mythology, Christianity, a lot of Egyptian mythology. In the stories, how there's father figures, there's sons. There's sons that have common tropes of light and lightning, Thor and whatnot, and eyes, seeing eyes. There's a lot of common tropes like that that have kind of naturally emerged all around the world. And there's different nuances, and different things are slightly different. Anyways, depending on things like geography and just happenstance and whatever for different cultures around the world. But yeah, there are these common threads, these common themes throughout what has emerged in different civilizations, which I think is interesting. And I mean, I don't really need to get into my personal beliefs, but I think one thing that I can say is that in regards to, again, kind of sticking with the religious theme, is that, I mean, I'm American, and so there's tons of different sects of Christianity, and interpretations of Christianity, and yada yada yada. There's tons of different religions and ideologies and whatnot. But what are the common tropes? What are the common threads throughout most everything that has emerged from humans? And I wonder if those few common base things are what we can ascertain to be like ethics, to be like kind of legit, maybe natural morality, natural ethics, natural phenomenon. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I'm not a religious person necessarily. I don't practice religion, but I'm not really anti this, anti that. I'm more like open to a lot of everything, every possibility, you know? And so I've actually been super interested in the whole concept of the foundations of ethics and morality. Because I mean, yeah, like there is no like one true religion, one right religion, you know, like, or I mean, even like in Christianity, like Orthodox and Catholicism and like all that bullshit, like what? No. Did you miss your video? You did not, Rich. You did not. Depends on where you think ethics comes from. Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, Raptor, is that I wonder if there is kind of a natural ethic. A natural ethic. And if maybe common things, these few common threads throughout, you know, different cultures, I wonder if that is indicative of a possible kind of natural morality. That there's common things, archetypal things, common things that comes up, you know, in different civilizations. Socioethics, that's what we got going here, Peggy. Money popped up independently in many separate civilizations. That too, Western, yeah, that too. Currency, money. I think religions that have common themes and ideas, tropes, whatever you want to call it, all have in common. Christ, that fucking skin right there, God. All have in common a sense of purpose and provides a sense of comfort to our mortality. Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's really interesting. Is that, you know, since Enlightenment and whatnot, and you know the late 1900s, well, even before then, but just questions of religion in general, like, you know, I mean, boyfriend ASMR. I'm not, you know, a big studious person, you know, I don't claim to know a lot about Nietzsche, but just saying how, you know, God is dead, and, you know, humans can't artificially create or substitute, you know, a more grand thematic meaning that gives us morality, or that helps, you know, create a moral and ethical framework that upon which we can base societies. Maybe there is, you know, maybe it's not, Western, maybe it's not Western Christian, you know, interpretations of, you know, what God is and morality and all this stuff. We're watching a how-to video. Yeah, this is a how-to video. How to reincarnate Cthulhu. You didn't react to Tekken yet. Yeah, I haven't yet, Rich. I don't know. It's interesting. You know, we didn't really talk much about the music. I think these types of conversations are super interesting, and I mean, but that's for you know, kind of a different channel at a different time, because I'm not really, you know, I'm no expert on all this stuff. I'm interested and an enthusiast, I suppose. So I've watched a whole bunch of interesting videos on, you know, morality and mythology and archetype, you know, archetypal stories and whatnot. Um, but you know, it's not like I'm gonna sit here and make a video teaching people about stuff. But I don't know, it's just things to come to mind, and it's really interesting to think about, because I think it is interesting that since there is such a anti-religion sentiment, especially in the Western world, you know, and I think part of what humanity, the fucking craziness in the world, part of it is, I don't know, kind of, there's a lot of questioning. I mean, is postmodernism, post-structuralism, questioning these grand narratives, and, you know, grand narratives kind of help keep people together, you know. And so when you're deconstructing everything out there, what holds people together? And it's a question of whether or not humans can artificially create something that can hold people together. And I know, I mean, they talk more about governments, you know, or at least they mention governments and monetary systems. So you could apply that, you know, something similar to governments, communities, municipalities, monetary systems, etc. But I don't know, I think it's interesting. And I mean, the whole criticism on blind faith and doing things for, you know, rituals for religion in blind faith and whatnot. It's just absurd. It's just as absurd as worshipping squid-like monsters from space who live under the sea. That's the Lovecraftian aspect of this. Anyways, yeah. Well, I mean, what are my thoughts on the music? I fucking like the song, you guys. I really like the song. I'm pretty sure it came from the one album that I've heard from Job for Cowboy. I'm pretty sure it's this one. And so I really like the song. My personal taste, like I already talked about the double bass and like the groovy, higher resonant drums with the solid double. It's nice. These guys got okay. So real quick about harsh vocals. I like the variety in harsh vocals. This is one reason why I like extreme music, not simply metal, but I mean especially so metal. Like here's the thing. This will probably be the last comment I make. This is turning into quite the video, video here. Job for About Cowboy split up around 2016. They're recording a new album right now. Sick. Well, okay, so one reason why I like extreme music is because I think people are extreme. I think people are definitely extreme. I mean, talking about, bringing people together in communities and stuff like that, kind of breaking apart from that. Whenever you're like in society and behaving in society, you behave and you act proper and you act like this and that and blah, blah, blah. Am I a Lovecraftian fan? Not necessarily, but there's a lot of metal that, is way into Lovecraftian. I've read a little bit about it. I had a Killer Smurf that was, that I mentioned earlier in the video, Raptor. But anyways, I think that humans are actually extreme. Like, think about like when you're a teenager. This is kind of maybe a weird example, but think about when you're a teenager and like if your parents ground you for the weekend and you can't go out and hang out with your friends for the weekend, like that weekend is like the most important fucking weekend ever. And you may not have big plans. It might be just some standard weekend of hanging out with your friends, and doing bullshit nothing when you're a teenager. But it's the most important thing ever, It's kind of like that. I think that's how people are, but that's not how they perform. That's not how they act when they're like in public. All the like pop music. It's like I think that people's like thoughts and emotions and everything, they're extreme. I think that they're extreme. The highs, the lows, the whatevers, I think people are extreme. Even if they don't act that way, perform that way in front of other people. You mean people focus on the negative? No. I just mean that our emotions are extreme. Like, it could be positive. Like, it's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. Like, the joy you get and a relief from, like winning something or being, acknowledged for something, or, like when you eat a steak that was cooked just right and you like have a little food orgasm, or like how fucking furious you get, like, I mean, when you get grounded and this weekend is so intensity. Yes, people are intense and people are extreme, even if they don't, but you're not expected to behave in an extreme manner in front of everybody else. It's unacceptable, right? But people are intense and people are extreme. So, having said that, I think that, and music is supposed to be an avenue for expression, right? Expressing emotions, expressing opinions, expressing, everything. It's an expression, right? And so, that's one reason why I still love metal. I mean, a lot of people say that, metal is, it's an adolescent. It's just an adolescent rebellious thing, and yes, it is. But I don't know. In my opinion, I think there's a lot more to it than that. And so, I don't know. Like, listen to the vocals, right? Like, listen to the vocals. People say that sounds like it's a demon that's like screaming, right? And it's like, yeah, when that teenager is pissed at their parents for being grounded, or if you're pissed at your boss for being passed over for a promotion, or, the person that's a fucking dumbass on the road, this is like, that's like, what really comes out. Yes. That's what really comes out. It's not like this, oh, okay, it's fine. You know, people are chill. People are also, I'm not trying to say that people are always so angry or always so happy or like these bipolar erratic beings. But I think that that's what our emotions are. And I think that's like this metal and extreme music, not specifically metal, but extreme music of any kind really allows you to express and explore and experience a lot more authenticity. Authenticity. I think metal's authentic. Whoa, okay, so what is this video? Yoshi, you just missed out, buddy. It's Ryuk's reaction video that he submitted to me. Raw emotion, raw, man. Genuine, raw, authentic, you know? I mean, but that kind of leads into things like, you know, the idea of, you know, progression as humans, you know, what a human being is, the ability to overcome raw emotion and choose our own behavior and control ourselves and blah, 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 blah. There's all that stuff. But at the same time, there's, you know, something about just this primal, authentic, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, good, bad, and, you know, whatever, that you're just experiencing, you know, or rather experiencing or expressing or whatever, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I mean, this, I dig the music, man. I really like the music. I'm probably gonna go listen to this album now. The non-music vid song is just over 6 minutes without the long... Yeah. Without the... Well, that concludes our reaction for today.